All right. I wanted to come on and tell you guys a little bit about my autoimmune disease. It's it's something that I've been managing for, oh my gosh, several years now, and it's called pernicious anemia, and it's pretty rare. It's basically when your body creates antibodies and attacks the gut lining, and so you can't absorb vitamins, specifically B vitamins, and mainly the main one is B12. And B12 is one of our like master vitamins that we need. It is basically like the fuel, the powerhouse, the energy of every cell in your body, and it is extremely important. And when you can't absorb B12 or you have really low B12, some of the problems that could arise are, like, it's definitely nerve damage. You could get paralyzed, nerve damage all over your body. Usually it starts in your feet, and one of the symptoms of that, like, which I definitely had growing up, was like always when you're walking, you're like leaning. Like I would always be like leaning on someone, and they're like, why are you like leaning? And I'm like, I don't know. And then, I mean, I had no idea. I was just thinking like, oh, I want to be close to everybody. But really it's not that. It's that you don't realize that the nerves and kind of the balls of your feet, you don't have a sense of balance. And so you think you're walking straight, but you're really kind of leaning, looking for support. Crazy. Okay, so you can also get some brain damage, and I mean, it's just not good. And B12 is, mostly pretty much, I mean, this is debated between people, but I'm gonna go with the norm of the science that it's pretty much something you get from animal products, and there's so much that can be said from that, but I don't want to get into that right now because this is about pernicious anemia. So what happens is your body creates antibodies against intrinsic factor, which is in your gut lining and helps you absorb and process the vitamins and digest them and get into your bloodstream. So basically, I will never be able to absorb B12 from food ever again. So I have to take, this is why I'm sharing this with you guys, because I had to do this morning, but I have to basically give myself shots of B12. Looks like this. I wish you could see the color. It's crazy. It's like this beautiful, like deep maroon color. Anyway, so, and for the rest of my life. So anyway, my original diagnosis was, was basically daily for a while until you can build up the reserves, because B12 is something that you have reserves of. It's not like, it just doesn't just go away. You build up the reserves and then it kind of goes through as you process it. But I was so low. Like when I found out, I was extremely low. I think, the optimum that, and again, this varies, but for functional nutrition, like the optimum where we kind of want you to be at is between 800 and 1,000. And I think the normal ranges on a test are way lower than that, like 400 to 600 or something like that. Well, I was just under 200. And that's really scary because when you hit a super low point, like I said, you could have brain damage, you could be paralyzed. It's not good. So I had to take intense treatments for about 6 months, and then my prescription is once every 7 days to take the shot. And I've pretty much been extending that. So I started to extend it to 10 days, and now I'm kind of pushing it to 2 weeks to see how I feel, and then I can take sublingual B12, which is great as well. But anyway, I wanted to just share this with you guys because when you get your B12 shot, and then whether you have pernicious anemia or not, like let's just say you are low in B12 and you take B12, which if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, please, 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 please supplement with B12. And honestly, even if you do eat animal protein, it's probably not a bad idea, because the quality of our meat and or even the quality of your digestion, you just want to ensure that you're getting B12. It's one of those like B12, vitamin D, magnesium, glutathione. Everybody should, those are the like top ones that everybody needs excess of, like extra. Just take it just in case. But it's like I said, it's like your energy. And so it's crazy for me because I feel like a battery. Like I feel like when I get my shot, I feel like I just put in a new battery and I'm fully charged. And then, you know, as the week to 2 weeks goes on, like yesterday, I was exhausted. I could not even, I could barely get my brain to function. I had zero energy. And the difference between yesterday and today is like 1,000%, if not more. So it's just crazy. I just wanted to share this with you guys, and also just remind you of B12 being a really, really important vitamin for your energy, your brain, your gut, your balance, your nerves, and then just also talking about autoimmunity, and again, how that happens and how important it is that we pay attention to the symptoms and the communication that our body is giving us. Because I definitely, with autoimmunity, you know, the main things are if you have leaky gut and things are getting through that shouldn't get through, and then your body attacks them or creates antibodies against them because they're like, yo, you're not supposed to be here. And so if there's something that you either have a genetic predisposition to or a weak point, that's kind of what gets antibodies created. And when I did, I don't know, 10 years ago, I did 23andMe and did genetic testing and found that I definitely had a genetic predisposition for pernicious anemia. And then later I found out that it was in my family, and the person that had it in my family was actually paralyzed because of it. So, you know, these are good things to know, because if I would have known that, I would not have been a vegetarian for so long. Like, I thought I was being healthy. I grew up, you know, being vegetarian, and I thought that I was being healthy, but in reality, I didn't have the knowledge to know, okay, if you're not going to eat these things, you still need to supplement with these things. And so that is one of the reasons that it all just kind of came together. And I think I've talked about this, but like, I've always had gut issues, like definitely that was part of the trigger of autoimmunity. Always had gut issues. And then I just had resumed, like I was going to live with these gut issues. That's the way it was going to be. But when my mind started not working, when I felt like I couldn't recall words and I just couldn't remember things, you know, I was like, I've always been pretty sassy and witty and smart, and I feel like that's not happening. I was like, oh, hell no. Like, went to the doctor. Doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're getting older. I'm like, dude, I'm 32 years old. I am not like just getting older, okay? I've got a lot of life to live. So no, thank you. Went to another doctor, same thing. There's nothing wrong with you. What? So at the same time, I was also going to nutrition school, and I just dove in deep and then decided to see a functional nutritionist and a functional medicine doctor. And as a team, they're the ones who went to the root cause and went deeper and investigated and found out that I had pernicious anemia. Thank you, because I was so low that my life could have been completely different, because one of the things is whatever damage happens, you never get back, ever. So no matter how much I supplement, I would never get back what I lost. Or if I was paralyzed, I can supplement. I'm still paralyzed. I mean, I'm not. Thank you. I'm so grateful to nutrition and functional medicine and to my functional nutritionist. And that's why I became one, because I really want to pay it forward and help people pay attention to symptoms, understand what your body is communicating, and prevent and then manage. And so I got my shot today. I don't know if you can tell. I don't drink coffee. This isn't coffee. This is straight up B12. Got my battery charged. Anyway, I just wanted to share some of my story with you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And please comment, ask questions. Let me know if you think you have, you might need some B12.